Hello and welcome to the Main Cave. In today's video we're going to be looking at the newly released Steam Deck dock, the official one from Valve. Some said it wasn't true, some said it was a wind-up, but no, after making a brief appearance at the Tokyo Game Show, Valve released it to the general public with a slim 1 to 2 week wait for delivery. There's no deposit or 6-month wait for these. If you want to dock your Steam Deck, then your options up to now have been pretty limited to either a third-party dock from Amazon, or maybe a dock from a company called Jsaux. I did an original review of one of their docks, and since then they've released 2 more versions with more ports and better specs. At some point I will be doing a full direct comparison with the Jsaux dock, as it deserves its own videos, so do subscribe so you know when that one drops. In this video, I will be focusing only on the official dock and will briefly touch upon others. So I'll be running through in this video the price, the unboxing, the quality, the features, and whether or not I think it's worth it. First up then is price. This is noticeably more expensive than other third-party competitors, but this is due to a few reasons. With it being the official version, there's always a tendency for prices to be higher, as most likely people will trust this dock over competitors, and they will pay for this. There are a few other reasons as to why this is pricier, and I'll go through those in a bit. You order this dock direct from Valve, it costs £79, $90 or €99, so at the current exchange rate, the UK is getting the better end of the deal here, by a whopping £11 over the European price. And ironically, it's being shipped from the Netherlands to me here in the UK. So as you saw in the unboxing, it comes with the unit itself, some paperwork, and this. So this is important. It's a separate charging cable that plugs into your dock. So here is another reason for the slightly higher price. All other competitors don't really include a charging cable. This is a very welcome inclusion, and it really adds to the value. It is identical to the one that comes with your Steam Deck. Same volt, same ampage, same quality, same length cable. It's identical. So when I unpacked the dock, I was surprised at how small it was. It's 12 centimetres wide, 5 centimetres deep and 3 centimetres high, but weighs in at a quality feeling 120 grams. It's made of plastic all the way around, and the only other material is a rubber strip on the cradle where your dock sits. Once the dock is in its cradle, it feels very secure. There needs to be a pretty large force to remove it from where it's sat. I poked and prodded it a few times, and although it rocked about, at no point did I think that it would topple over. The front lip is ever so slightly curled over, so it grips the deck to the bottom of the screen, adding more security to it. Looking at it from the back, you'll firstly notice my D-brand skin is quite wrinkled. Unfortunately, I've had to take off my added kickstand. I will be putting this back on at some point as I find it too useful, but for now, I'm sorry for the rough appearance. Secondly, you'll notice that the Steam Deck sits in the dock. There is absolutely no obstruction to the vents whatsoever. It's all nice and clear. Overall, the Steam Deck sits in it very well and has a good viewing angle if you ever need to see the screen whilst docked on your desk. On the top back part is an embossed logo, and round the back is where all the ports are. There are none on the side. It's all neatly positioned to come out of the back, and it's hidden behind the dock. On the bottom of the dock is a strip of rubber that goes all the way around. This is excellent and helps stick the Steam Deck to the table. Now to the good bit on the rear. From left to right, you have the permanently attached cable that goes to the Steam Deck, then a DisplayPort 1.4, HDMI 2.0, power in, gigabit Ethernet, and 3 USB 3.1, 1 vertical and 2 horizontal. First up then, the cable that goes into the dock. This is 18 centimetres long and fits well with a bit of slack from the dock to the Steam Deck part on the top. But if you look closely, you'll see that there's a ridge on the connector. I can only assume the reason for this is stability, as when it's in, there's not much movement at all, but this does prevent you from using a case at the same time. Here is mine with a Jsaux rubber grip on, and there's no way it's going to fit. While I have the rubber grip on, you'll also notice that the Steam Deck doesn't fit into the cradle with one on. So using the Steam Deck in this dock is either naked or minimum a D-brand skin, of which I've got. So albeit the cable feels great quality, it is something to consider. And finally, just a note though, you can use any USB charger you like, especially if you intend to have one longer than the one supplied. But you don't even need to have it plugged in for it to run. It just obviously charges the Steam Deck while playing if you have one plugged in. Then finally on the dock are the 3 USBs. Needless to say, a mouse and keyboard worked fine. I was using them both wired, and seeing as it has 3 ports, I was also able to use my thumb drive at the same time to transfer emulation files. I didn't really notice any increase or decrease in speed from other docks, but this is probably due to having quite a slow SD card at read-write specs. With the USB ports being USB 3.0 Gen 1, I believe that for most people the speed is going to be good enough, or at least you won't be bemoaning the lack of speed using these ports. So all cabled up and ready to go, and the first thing I saw was that I was prompted for an update to the dock. Just hit apply, and a few minutes later it was done, and this is one of the many positives of this dock. We will hopefully be getting updates to the dock in line with what the Steam Deck gets updated with. So you can run the Steam Deck in desktop mode on 2 monitors simultaneously, but only 1 external at a time when in gaming mode. This, however, may change with a future update on the dock. The Steam Deck ran very well connected to my portable monitor, didn't notice any dips in performance when connected via HDMI 1080 60 frames a second. Now moving down onto the big screen, my 4K 65-inch LG C1. As expected, the performance was great. It ran on my TV very well, but do remember this isn't going to turn your Steam Deck into a high-end 4K PC. The Witcher pushed up to 4K was unplayable, but a game much less intensive. It was running on the screen very well at a solid 60 FPS with the TV outputting 4K 60. It will be game dependent, but you can push the Steam Deck up to 4K 60 or 1440 120 if your TV or monitor supports this. As for internet speeds, the Ethernet did a really good job on my MyMeager internet. It was noticeably faster using Ethernet than Wi-Fi, but I think we can all expect that, so no issues there. I did find myself going through the motions with this dock, testing the USB, HDMI, DisplayPort, and thinking to myself, yep, that works as promised. Yep, that also works as promised, which is the thing with an official dock. You shouldn't have to worry about these things working, and from time to time, this dock should get updated. For example, on their website, they say there are updates coming and hopefully will continue. Under my TV, the deck itself looks completely unassuming. Its small form factor helps it look neat and tidy, with all the cables, including the Ethernet, coming out of the back of it. With the Steam Deck on the dock, is barely visible and helps with a neat, clean look. No overbearing logo on the front, and if you don't have a white skin on your Steam Deck, it will blend in even more. The past few days of using the dock, I haven't run into any issues that the dock was to blame. It did what it said it would do, and for me, this is well worth the price tag. So the pros and cons of the dock for you to consider. The pros are, it just works as expected. It's small, it's neat, it has all the ports for most people needing, it comes with an official charger, and finally, the ongoing support from Valve, fingers crossed. Cons are the price, but then do remember it comes with a charger which does add value. And the only other thing is you won't be able to use a grip or a case with it, and maybe just some of you would prefer another HDMI. But what it has is what I'd expect from what could lie in a future iteration. So there you have it then, a completely expected experience for the Steam Deck. I think this will sell well due to the fact that it is an official one, and spending hundreds on a Steam Deck, a further $90 or so to make sure you buy something that is made to fit will mean a lot to people. It certainly does to me. So let me know then, are you going to be picking one up? Or have you got one on order? Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks very much then. Until the next video, bye bye.